Today, I would like to deliver a speech about what I have learned from a video on YouTube called Technical Briefing NUDC 2020 and how I reflect the result with my previous task. But before that, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Balkis Kausar. I'm from the English department. In the debate morning class, I'm on the L team and I'm one of Fathurrahman's Guided Junior. And this video is going to be divided into some sections. The first one is true or false section. The next one is multiple choices section, ranking section, general observation section, and the last one is how I reflect. Let's just get into the first section. What I have learned from the true or false section. First, in British parliamentary system, it is very crucial to take POI because it shows that the speaker is dynamic enough to engage with all benches. And style like clarity, wording, emphasis, or tone, they play such a very important component of persuasion, and it will be judged holistically alongside the analysis. And in judging, six ways comparison is more complete than the ladder judging and bench based. Six ways comparison is like why the first rank won over the other three teams, why the second one won over the other two teams, and why the third one won over the fourth rank. Unlike the ladder judging that only explains why the first one is better than the second one, why the second one is better than the third one, why the third one is better than the fourth, it is just incomplete. And bench-based judging that only explains why the opening won against closing and why government won against opposition, it is just too discouraged. It can actually be good, but only if you have a really good reason to do so. And when a speaker identifies a contradiction, it is actually not enough to take the majority of the case. The speaker has to explain why the contradiction matters greatly. Therefore, there's still a burden to respond to the earlier statement. And as a speaker, it is nice to have full 7 minutes and 20 seconds giving your speech. But there's actually no prior value in mere length. Explain in what is already clear, intuitive, and not needing any further breakdown can be over-elaborating. Meanwhile, short, succinct, and sharp explanation can be very deadly than the long one, but it's over-elaborating. And about statistics and data, they should supplement structural analysis, not replace them. We should explain what the statistic data mean and why they're important. And if a closing team explain and has more mechanism, that doesn't justify a win for them. Giving them against the opening can lead to unfair advantage for opening teams. The teams have to explain why their additional mechanization has more value than the previous one. That's all what I have learned from the true or false section. We're getting into the next sections. Multiple choice sections. First, from the arguments of all team from the question, you can see that on the video. We can see that although the opening government didn't explain why cancel culture won't exist on their side, the opening government still wins against the opening opposition because opening opposition didn't respond to opening government's argument, and the closing opposition wins against the opening opposition because the closing opposition is more charitable in engaging to opening government's argument. And from the contradiction question, I learned that a judge should consider a first statement as true in the WUDC manual. And in this ranking section, I'm gonna reveal the ranks of this debate competition. Opening opposition on the first rank, closing government on the second rank, opening government on the third rank, and closing opposition on the fourth rank. First, we're going to talk about the opening government. Opening government got lack of response towards to the opening opposition. OG also got to the below of CG because CG got more response against economy. And OG won over CO because CO had no better than OG, such CO's relative proving of social pressures. It makes CO robustly respond and with about why they're less likely to be the outcome of their point. And about the opening opposition, they won the overall debate because they got multifactorial economic analysis. Although CG successfully mitigating OO's harm, CG's lack of counterfactual made their benefits to accrue slightly less than OO's. And OO won against CO by offering more tangible protection and dealing with social norms, much better than CO by aggressive flipping. And now the closing government. CJ won over OG because CJ's answer to the motion's burden is more deliberate and accurate. But unfortunately, CJ got lack of benefit attainment due to under mechanism counterfactuals. And CJ succeed to point out the lack of response from CO, the lack of meaningful difference between OO and CO. That's the fortunate one from the closing government. And the closing opposition, CO had high degree of similarity with its strongest materials, leading to CO's loss. OO had more tangible mechanics of an exclusive benefit than CO. CG settled the economic debate more than CO did. CG also had such a weak meta about how the debate should be mapped out. CO's response against the other teams should be made more explicit. CO also didn't take any POIs, and CG got some interesting material about cutting off toxic parent and exit strategy. But CG didn't flesh out or function it appropriately. And let's get into the general observations section. First, we can see that the adjudicators had some problems with the scoring scale. They got stuck at 74 until 79 range, and they got the margins being too close. They also make the leader of opposition being heavily punished to the degree of being ignored and government whip being underscored. And most of the judges also only focus on the content of the debate, which makes the judging feels narrow. They should expand their judging more. And many judges punish closing teams for having similar materials with the opening. They should have kept in mind that newness can be in many ways or meanings. And the last one, how do I reflect to the video compared to that I did in my previous task? Well, in my previous video, I put the closing government on the first place instead of the opening opposition. It shows that as an adjudicator, I made this mistake by not allocating appropriate credit to the leader of opposition and over punishing the opening opposition. But after watching the technical briefing and UDC 2022, I realized that I made such a lot of common mistakes. Even the host of that video mentioned almost all of my mistakes while judging. And yep, that's all for today. Thank you for paying attention and listening to my speech. Have a good day. Bye bye.